Hello people, welcome back. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. Nice to see you because I can see all of you. I want to really start pulling down the vast messages that were coming through last week and pull it down into maybe some sentence work. I've been collecting sentences for a few days to kind of make it more useful, plonk it in the 3D where it belongs. And to all you Scorpios out there for what you're holding at the moment, I've got to give you my deep heart love, because this is the richest Scorpio season I can ever remember. It's so full and giving and revealing and full of depth and beautiful shadow. So thank you, you beautiful Scorpios. All right, so I've made a few notes for you guys. So Scorpio season is about shared resources. It's about how we share time with one another, home, money, assets, relationships. And there's a question about transparency and honesty that's really in the field in a big way. It's like it's weaving itself into every expression of us, transparency and honesty. So moving towards independence with support in a more boundaried way is aiming to set us apart from the crowd. And so in that, there's going to be a lesser sense of belongingness, an increased sense of where is my place in this, when actually your place might be Empress and you have to birth it and you have to stand alone in that, but alone and powerful and magnificent, rather than alone and lonely. See, we're rewiring so much at the moment. Rewiring codependency and unhealthy boundaries. And what I've seen a lot of in the last kind of week to 10 days is the part of me that I cannot hold, I'm going to transfer onto you. And it's the thing I've been talking about for years that I lovingly call drama custody. So it's like, I can't hold this, and we naturally take it and reach in to help. We help where we haven't been asked for help, and then we moan about it. Okay, so this is it's kind of gaslighting energy. It's that martyrdom. It's still in the system. I think I did a reading about it. My last reading was the vampire. It came through as the vampire. It then later, when I did another reading, it came through as the waif. So we're unwiring, unraveling. It feels like literally old biblical programming that for you to find your worth in the world, you have to be useful to others. How can you be useful to yourself? This is the shift. Okay. So some questions. Can I communicate in an unguarded, unapologetic way in this? This is Uranus. An Aquarius energy. I'm not going to bombard you with any astrology, but that's the feeling that higher mind just wants to bring the message through without having to filter or sanitize or adjust to make you comfortable, to make the other comfortable, to make that which is outside me comfortable. We've done too much of that, and change doesn't come in the comfort zone, it comes in the uncomfort zone. So can I communicate in an unguarded and apologetic way? And look at your groups, look at your friends and your family, clients, colleagues, peers. Look at all those relationships and how transparent, here we go, it's transparency and honesty. How transparent are you with those people? Do they know you like the people at home know you? So we're coming around to alignment, aren't we? Am I being fully met without judgment? Now, there's a big question. That's a big question. Because when we ask the question, am I being fully met without judgment? And we ask that coming into new moon and an eclipse season, then that could create swift change, violent change, brutal change. Because when we stand in our own honesty and realize that actually we are not being fully met without judgment, without people wanting to project their shadow onto one another, without entering into toxic contracts where for you to be useful or valuable to another person, you have to take their crap on. It could cause very quick change, but this is part of the upliftment of coming into a more adult expression of self. What am I sacrificing in order to be here? Oh, that's a lovely image. I've got a lovely image of kind of a weird pixie type person, literally with wings and a wand in one hand and a freak flag in the other. And she's kind of just gently bending down to pop those on the floor as she walks forward to be with her normal friends. And it's not about the freak flag, it's about the thing that makes you unique. Is that switch on or off? Is that dimmer turned up full? And can other people meet you in that? It's that energy. How much of your sparkle do you leave at the door before you walk into another space? Can you take all of your sparkle in and stand in that? Be seen in that. There's a lovely vulnerability coming in here. So Scorpio is so vast and so deep, it's difficult to boil you down to a question, but the question that I managed to grab was something like, what am I hiding deeply? And what am I hiding behind? Due to my own lack of trust of that, lack of trust of this. So Scorpio is the deepest waters, the deepest emotional shadow. But like I say, this Scorpio season, I can only speak for myself, has been unctuous, just beautiful. So what am I hiding within me that I don't feel safe in showing to you? And what am I hiding behind? So it might be that some of us will hide behind our own shadow and project and try and transfer that because we still can't hold it. And that is what it is. There's no good or bad here. Let's let go of those labels. It is what it is. So change and release can happen easily, abruptly and quickly in order to lift your standards for how you honor yourself. Overgiving is also in the frame, leads to lack within me. Where is my hollow and how do I look to you to fill that? All right, so this is codependency. Without you, I am nothing. That's codependency. I wouldn't be here without you. Well, I can say that, but there's boundaries around that. Okay. So this week we have some kind of, there's this fire, active passion wanting to push and drive, and that's meeting up with this cognitive dissonance of quite a, hang on, wait, temperance has been all around the system. Temper, how do you temper that fire with that careful part that's building something new and doesn't quite know what they're building, so really needs to sit and ponder and be careful? It's temperance, all right? So the fire energy at a low expression is going to come out as temper, anger, quick remarks. But when we temper it, we can literally learn to communicate in a different way. All right. So that's the energy that we're feeling into. And I was choosing a couple of decks of cards, and a couple of cards have already come out. That was the first card out. A bit Scorpionic. Oh, wow, look at this. This is like a diving dragon. Diving into the depths. What is this here? Is that an opening? Is that an opening into our cellar to see what's down there? Find a safe place. Find a safe space to express your true feelings. And that's going to beg a bigger question, isn't it, about who do I trust? Or how can I trust myself more in this? Because what's really going to start getting exposed is starting to get exposed is it's a kind of hidden in plain sight energy that it might be a bit of an unraveling. It might be a bit of an aha moment. And it might sound something like, I thought you had me in this. I thought you saw me in this. How did I not see this? So it's exposure, it's revelation energy. So that thing I just said about, can you turn your glow up? Did I say glow or light? Turn your light up and stand in that and become it. So there's a question there about notice if kind of in conversation, there might be that urge that your body wants to lean into. Body wants to drive words up into the throat and out of the mouth. And just notice if there's any squashing going on, or if there's any turning the light down or adapting it, tidying it up. Just notice that, because I wonder what you're like in your fire. I wonder what you're like in your light. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. This feels so powerfully feminine. It's eclipse season. Let go of the past and breathe into your new incarnation. We haven't been doing nothing these last 2 years. We've been doing a vast amount of clearing work, rewiring work, upliftment, bringing more light in, releasing more shadow. Keep reaching into the uncomfortable might be the message there. It's coming in on that 10-1, initiatic 10-1, bringing the light in and causing that upliftment. And it might feel a bit uncomfortable. Okay, let's just have a couple of oracle cards. I kind of want to keep it quite simple in 3D today. I know I've been very wow, but that was a wave I was not going to ignore. That was a huge wave of energy. That last download took me 5 days to unpack. Amazing. It's been amazing energy. Thank you, Scorpio. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's really simple. We have to turn and face in another way. Literally turn away from that and listen. Because it is a choice to keep looping around. It's a choice. We don't realize it is, but it's a choice. Because look what's in the looking away. This is about expectations. And when big change hits your life, the mind is hardwired to move straight to doom, to move straight into its doomsday book. and to maybe obliterate something that's trying to come in, something different. I'm not going to put words there, something different, unexpected that's trying to come in. So keeping an open mind is about letting go of attachment to outcome, letting go of expectations, because that's just the subconscious wanting to recreate the past, because that's what it knows and that's its job. The higher conscious wants to bring something new in that you may not see coming. There's no good or bad about this. Ugh, underlying card, okay. Yep. Okay, so we've got some details coming in. Of course we have. And the mind will want to find a way to feel safe in those details, but it might not be. It might be something else that the mind hasn't learned yet. It might be, I don't know. You see, I'm going to have to speak from my subconscious. Maverick, vanguard, pioneer. Okay, so we've got some changing energy coming in. So we're looking at shared resources where you're being fully met, and there's some changing energy, which means there's going to be some opportunity for you to move into that dimmer switch, to turn it up, start standing in the authenticity of your own expression. Okay. Show me what vanguard looks like. Show me what pioneer looks like. What I'm seeing is a young person, neither a child nor a teenager, a young person pulling down building blocks straight from the black, just straight from the void, and building without a blueprint, like just having fun. It's this child energy again, isn't it? I guess there's a message to stop taking it all so seriously. Oh, wow. It's the deferment of fun. Right. So this is, if you eat your greens, you get pudding vibe. If you do a hard day's work, you get to play. Well, play is work. Work is play. So is there any deferment in you that to move into playtime, creative time, rest time, you have to earn it? That's biblical. That's all religious programming. You have to earn it. Yeah, you might be genuinely busy and there is a sense of priority here. I'm talking about a different narrative that goes, you're not good enough for that yet. You just need to do a little bit more. Keep pushing. So if you find in you there's an energy that cannot sit, cannot rest, needs justification, have a look at that. Have a look at that, because we're in some of the most wild creative energy at the moment. And sit still for a minute. Bring all of your energy in from all over the cosmos. Bring it right in. And speak straight into the heart center. What do I want the most right now? What lights me on fire? And it might be baking a cake. I was hearing this narrative last week. It might be baking a cake. I haven't got time to bake a cake. That. I've got to do the washing. There isn't time to bake a cake. Yeah. Yeah. Pursue. Pursue. So the hunted is the part of us that is controlled by this old mind programming. We are hunted. Our joy is hunted down and stabbed to death so we can keep moving in the right direction, doing the right thing for everybody. What's the right thing for you? What is your passion? What lights you on fire? Forget the bottom line, forget commoditization, joy. Just see a play group Just see an infant school and children playing. It's like I often say, you can give a kid a pan, a spoon, and a tablecloth, and it will create a whole universe, and it will not know what it's creating. Be the hunter, pursue passion, pursue the fool. You might offend some people, and he's just coming straight off the bottom of the deck. Seriously, release the dark wound of not good enough, of not met enough, not loved enough, not enough. You were more than enough. You were more than enough from the moment you arrived in the world. More than enough. Time to feed the passion. I know I've said this before, but it's coming through in such a beautiful way. It's coming through with the release of shadow. Why not? Scorpio is facilitating a massive group of healing. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's have a look at opportunities to uplift old archetypes. I'm working on a big project at the moment, which I'm not going to speak into, but one of the clarity messages that keeps repeating is the feminine coming through as God. And that's activating my whole system. There's some energy coming through there. There's nothing that needs to be said. Okay, don't even worry about the words. Just nothing that needs to be said. Create in your own way, on your own terms, within your own boundaries, for you, because of you. Feed your soul. Making a cake is an alchemical process. Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So traditional alchemy is about turning base metal into gold. So when it talks of base metal, it's talking about the lower three chakras and lifting Kundalini up through those lower material, earthly, fixed chakras, the base emotions, the base passions, up into gold, crown. Oh, wow. This is fierce energy. I think I mentioned that word last video, that we've been programmed to see the feminine as some divine floaty being in a silk dress, but she's fierce. This is some more fierce. It's almost a cold, neutral ferocity. Very powerful. Okay, so we have the aspects, the god and the goddess. That's the balancing principle. Okay, I'm going to carefully edge out of this reading because it's moving back out into the cosmos and I want to keep it here. Yes, I want to stay in that energy and that energy. Enough. Let's have a cheeky abundance card. These cards do make me giggle. And then I have to go because I have clients today. Surrender card. What can we surrender to in this time of change? Self. Surrender to yourself. Well, I don't want to talk about this. Yep. Point. We do this to keep ourselves safe. And there's a question here about, can your operating system transcend safe? Can your operating system experience unsafe or what you perceive to be unsafe? I'm not advocating that anybody jump off a cliff here to see if they bounce. I think you can defer to the law of physics there. Setting limits. Right. No limit. There's a ton of sentences coming in here. Yes, but. That's the limit. Yes, but deletes everything that precedes it. Yes, but. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember no is a complete sentence. That's not what I'm getting with this card. What I'm getting with this card is, right, okay. Let's take big project. So there's lots of 3s coming in, lots of 12s, which is, it's wanting to break into a different expression. So it's feeling collaborative, feeling Aquarian, coming together with others. So some projects might start downloading. And if a project starts downloading, the old mind might want to put limits on that. Yeah, but how are we gonna, but how? Okay. The new mind, the higher mind, wants to be heard in something like, I have no idea where this is going to go, but I'm getting it, so I'm sitting with it. I'm getting it and I'm dancing with it. I'm getting it and I hope it can dance with me. Open, 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 blinkers off, off, off. All right. Yes, some limits are good. I'm not saying they're not, and I'm cagey around the word good, but healthy. Some limits are healthy. No is a complete sentence. And there's a setting limits to keep safe, to stay safe, right? I'm making excuses to stay safe and not explore this new thing. That's a lot. Yeah, all right, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. That's the sacrifice. Sacrifice the limit and see where it takes you. Ganesh, look, remover of obstacles. The obstacle is the limit. Brilliant. I love these cards. They're so cheeky. Sometimes surrender is painful because it's going to throw you into feeling a bit, can I really be seen in this? Can I be seen dancing with this? Oh, how will others see me? Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. Are you joyful? That's what matters. Are you in your passion? Speaks straight into eclipse season, cutting away all that needs to go, illusions, obsessions, addictions. Illusions is the, how did I not see this right under my nose? Well, it's because social programming has caused us to make excuses for that which actually is wounding us. We do that. Okay. Can we sacrifice that and call it out? Can we sacrifice that and walk away from it? It's a sacrifice to love. Self-love. God, if every human on the planet could do this, it would be a completely different world. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. That's where we begin. We're nowhere near this at the moment. We're coming into it. This is where we don't judge. This is where we observe. This is where we observe difference, maybe even move into celebrating difference. But that's hundreds of years away. We're not at that level of evolution. Until we've healed our shadow, we cannot then own our own triggers. Until we've learned that process between that triggered me, I need to go away and deal with that, and I hate you because you hurt me. You made me feel. Nobody can make anybody anything. Can't. Permission has to be granted. So until we learn how to hold our triggers and treat ourselves with respect in that, and treat the other in respect, because it's a gift. The mind won't see it as a gift, because the mind will take you straight into that gestalt, straight into that timeline that's wounded. Okay. And the flash to bang, the speed of the flash to bang is directly relative to how old that gestalt is, how old that timeline is. So when we can hold ourselves in that, that's a game changer, because that will allow us then to be with people who have the same wound. That's why we attract the same wound towards us. We're mirrors for one another. It's a beautiful symbiosis, but it can hurt like hell. And we can flare up, especially in all this Mars energy. We've got Mars and Mercury, the quick fire mind. But when we know what's triggered within us, that's companionship to self as well, isn't it? So this is a long way off, in my humble. But to give someone your complete presence is actually to practice being a witness. It's beautiful. And do we tend to assign gratitude to bunch of flowers energy, to gifts, gift wrapped gifts energy, more quickly than we assign gratitude to a vile trigger that actually has helped us rebirth, lift up, move more deeply into this sacred fool energy, allowed us to release that dark wound? Triggers are gifts. Triggers are gifts when we can hold them. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is there one last message? Let's go. One last message and then I have to fly. One last message for the collective, please. No, I don't want all of those. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Lightning. Eclipse. Uranus. Mercury. Quick change. Standing in your power. Stillness. So this is speaking into hold it. Right. Let's imagine this is a trigger. Let's imagine somebody says something or does something that triggers you deeply, because we're in this deep soup of Scorpio and it's time to do a bit more shadow work. Okay, so imagine that's a trigger and imagine that you hold it. Can you stand still in that? You hold that part of you that wants to project. Can you own that part of you and hold that part of you that wants someone else to hold your wound because you can't hold it? We're getting stronger, so you absolutely can hold your own wounding. Beautiful. Right, I'm going. I have to go. I love doing these videos. Okay, my darlings, thank you for being here. Please drop me a like, help the channel to grow. Oh, I don't care, don't. I honestly don't care. I even took the counter off because I just don't care anymore. This is me in my passion. It's me in my red. I just love making videos and I love dancing with energy. I love that you're here. Thank you, and have a joyful Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpios. Oh, and a quick update. As soon as I said I'm going to stop doing monthly readings, the energy changed. So the energy is changing so fast. So I think what might happen is I might kind of suddenly get an impulse to do, say, Scorpio, and I might do that. And then I might feel like doing an Ophiuchus reading, and that might be it. So look at the part of you that wants to take that personally. That's that 5 of Coins energy, feeling left out and rejected. It's nothing personal. It's I'm just dancing with my Fool. I'm dancing in my sacred Fool. So I'm just going to play it by ear and be really true to the energy that's speaking. At the moment, it's kind of that shadow side of the wheel. It's Ophiuchus, loads of Ophiuchus, serpent, healing energy, balancing. Sag, Scorp, Libra speaking. Cappies speaking. So I'm just going to play it by ear. Anyway, did I say I was going to go? I'm going to go. I'm leaving you with my love. Take care. Have a fabulous week. Lots of love. Bye.